Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and the start of another new reaction series. Today we're going to be watching episode 1 of The Last of Us on HBO. Alright, so if you watched my reaction to The Last of Us trailer, you will know that I am one of the few people out there, especially among people who play games, that did not play this game. Did not play The Last of Us or The Last of Us 2. And I have like some basic ideas about some of the plot, just based on things that are, out in general pop culture knowledge. And I talked about that in a little more detail in my trailer reaction if you wanted to go into that. But so I have very broad ideas, but without much information at all. So I'm kind of going into this blind, which is always fun for me because usually I'm the person that's read the books or played the game or whatever it is. So yeah, I'm excited to check this out. It's got a great cast. It's supposed to be getting great reviews. Everyone who has played the game that I know absolutely loved it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Before we get into this first episode, I would like you guys to know, if you're new to the channel, that I do appreciate anyone subscribing, liking, commenting under the video. They really do help the channel a lot. In addition, I also have a Patreon where you can find the full-length reactions to The Last of Us as well as other shows, and Patreon exclusive TV shows and films. Early access to some of my TV shows as well. Probably not going to be The Last of Us since I'm going to try to get these out by the morning after each episode, but lots of shows. So if you are interested in supporting the channel, please do check that out. All that is now out of the way so we can get into episode 1 of The Last of Us. Here we go.
Because there are some fungi who seek not to kill,
Parasitic
but to control.
fungus
Let me ask you,
is a thing.
where do we
That's
get
true.
LSD from?
Where do you get it from?
It comes from ergot, a fungus. Psilocybin, also a fungus. Viruses can make us ill, but fungi can
Oh
alter our very
shit.
minds.
So this is
There's
going to be
fungus
a
that infects
fungal
insects,
infection
gets inside an ant,
apocalypse?
for example, travels through its circulatory system like a puppeteer with a marionette.
And they're going to be like,
and it gets worse.
because fungus
The
is like
fungus
hive
needs food
mind,
to
right?
live, so it begins to devour its host from within, replacing the ant's flesh with its own. But it doesn't let
No,
its victim. What if that
it's
were
parasite.
to change? What if, for instance, the world were to get slightly warmer? Well, now there is reason to evolve. One gene mutates, and an Ascomycetia,
Okay.
Candida, ergot, Cordyceps,
Terrifying.
aspergillus, any one of them
That's
could become
terrifying.
capable of burrowing into our brains and taking control, not of
Oh. Okay, these intro credits are looking pretty cool. Creepy but cool, right?
Jakarta. Where is that? Middle East?
Doesn't ring a bell. It's definitely a country.
It's not a country.
Part of Asia.
It's just-
Jakarta isn't
yeah,
a country.
okay.
Being a part of Asia isn't mutually exclusive with being a country, and in fact,
She's smart.
it's the capital of Indonesia.
Shit. Hope for us yet.
It's good.
It's a spring. I'll do it right now.
I thought she was stealing something. No, I mean, she's taking the money, but it's because she knows he won't do it for himself. And the watch must mean something to him. Uh-oh.
Hey, is everything okay?
Oh no.
Like, on the news?
Is this old lady
What, what
Connie
the-
gonna be how she gets infected?
Well, no, there was just a lot of police and stuff on the road today.
Well, that's true
Which
every
I'm
day, isn't it?
assuming
People out
since
there need to get right with Jesus.
he's gonna end up
nails
alone
plus
with the other
one
girl.
cross equals
Ellie.
forgiven. I was thinking we'd make some cookies.
Chocolate chip?
Raisin.
I like oatmeal raisin cookies. Voice is coming from that lady. I feel like you should probably turn around. What the hell is happening back there? What is happening?
Hey, Mrs. Adler?
What is
Can I
happening to
borrow
her?
this?
Oh,
The hell?
yeah, sure.
Did you?
What?
I don't hear anything.
That was lame. You're lame.
Yeah, I know. Where'd you
From
get
you.
the money for this?
Drugs. I sell hardcore drugs.
It's better when I do.
It was only $20, which I stole from you. I could have stolen 60, but I put the change back because I'm an honest thief. Besides, it's the thought that counts. And you were never gonna do it for
Just like I
yourself.
said.
Thank you.
Oh, there's one more.
They're coming for next door. Don't go out there. I
Dad?
always say this shit because you shouldn't go out there. But at the same time, you would want to know what the hell was going on if this was happening right next door to you.
Dad?
This is why he should have woken her up to say he was leaving. I get why he didn't, but... Please don't jump scare me.
Mrs. Adler?
Please don't jump scare me. Please don't. Oh god. Oh god. Ah! Oh! Oh! Oh, what the... Get away from her! Run! Girl, run! They look like stems or tendrils or what the... Shoot!
What are we doing, Joe?
Why did things blow up?
No cell phone, no radio. A minute ago, newsman wouldn't shut up.
How do you know?
What?
How do you know we're not sick?
You're saying it's mostly people in the
Yeah, but
city.
it was your neighbor.
That's why they got the highway blocked off.
Your neighbor was sick.
God. It's Jimmy's place.
Trying to find an escape route out of there. When the army's trying to keep everybody in. These are crazy perspective shots. Oh god. Oh god, back up! Look out!
Go faster! Charles, know the fuck you go. Find him, Alan. What Alan? There's people at home. The fuck over. Gotta get off this street now. That's what I'm trying to do, Joe. Just keep driving.
Dad?
Shit. Move. Move.
Oh my god! Army?
My daughter's hurt. Her ankle.
Stop right there.
Okay. Easy now. We're not sick.
I got 2 civilians by the river. One of them injured.
Oh no, no. No. No.
Yes, sir.
Did he tell him to kill them?
We are not sick!
Oh no! She gets shot. Oh, whew. But did she get shot? He got... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I know, baby. I know. I know it hurts. Come on, baby. You're okay. I know, baby. I know. I know this hurts. You're gonna be okay. All right.
Tommy, help me!
Joe.
Oh
baby,
god.
Come on, baby girl. I gotta get you.
Oh god, no, she
Come on.
died.
Come on, baby girl. Come on.
20 years later! Holy shit! So it jumps all the way to here. Holy shit. So, alright. So like I said before, I was pretty confident that she was going to die, but I thought she was going to get infected. Like, because of course, one of the things that I do know about this game / show is that, eventually Joel ends up with the other little girl, or Ellie is the other main character, and there isn't like... So I was assuming his daughter wasn't gonna make it, but I thought that she was infected, or that she was gonna get infected in some capacity. So That was such a brutal ending for her. And of course he's gonna be left not trusting at all. The parasitic fungus has taken over and destroyed most of humanity. Cordyceps. Cordyceps. Oh, and there's different times for potential infection depending on where you get bit, which makes perfect sense too.
We don't want you falling out of the chair. What's your name?
That was the kid.
Unauthorized exit from the quarantine zone. Maria Alessiano.
Are they executing people for trying to leave?
Unauthorized entry into a quarantine zone. Each of you have been tried
Okay, so we've got
and each of you having been found guilty.
we've got a fucking, of course, military state. Public executions.
Pills and bullets. Bullets and pills.
The more you shoot people, the harder it is to sleep, I guess.
Oh, you guessed?
You want them or not?
Cut off your finger or whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. They're your fucking guys.
What about your guy? Because when he shoots you, I mean, put yourself in my shoes.
Like, he answers to me. So I give you my word that he won't hurt you. I'll tell him that I got jumped by some guys.
Is her guy Joel?
And then you and I can just move the fuck on.
Oh yeah. Okay. So fireflies are resistance fighters. Ellie?
Let me out or you're gonna pay, motherfuckers! I'm not supposed to be here!
So they're the fireflies. So the fireflies have her trained up.
It's never taken him more than a day to
Yeah,
respond.
that's really not a good sign.
I'm sure he's okay.
Oh yeah, you're sure?
Show me where the tower is.
You can't be serious. Joel, it's in Wyoming. All this open country? You're a capable guy, but there are worse things than infected out there. I hear everything on this. There are raiders. There are slavers.
But you're sure Tommy's okay?
I mean, it's his brother. Presumably the only person that he has left in the world, and so I would go. You should take fewer pills, Joel. I don't know what exactly you're taking the pills for. Oh. Did the watch get shot when she got shot? And he just wears it every day anyway? Okay, that's sad as hell.
At the Federal Military School? You that anxious to be a soldier?
You think I chose that place? They
Oh,
put me there
shit.
when I was a baby. It's for orphans.
They didn't put you there.
They create their own military school, huh?
I did.
Ellie. What?
You my fucking mom or something?
I look like your mom?
Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god, is that what happens eventually?
This one's done.
That's the end stage?
I know, I wasn't expecting it.
Think he wasn't down here last time?
No. You think he came down after he was infected?
Oh
Maybe down here is
no.
where he was infected.
That's the final stage? Holy shit, that's disgusting. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So this is who Robert screwed us over with?
The Che Guevara of Boston? The war must be going pretty shitty for you to be buying from scumbags like him.
Yeah, it kind of has been. The merch was bad, and he obviously didn't take fuck off.
Oh, so that's what happened.
What do you need a car battery for? Go.
Not at her. Pointing at me. And to answer your question, I need it for a better reason than you do. No offense, but Tommy's just one man. It's our business to know things.
To know things. You're the cause of it. You turned my own brother against me.
Okay, Joel. That was a lot of
Tommy joined up, huh? He was a Firefly. And that's how he knows her.
We were gonna move Ellie out of the zone tonight. But we won't make it anywhere like this, not for a while anyway. So now I'm thinking... you're gonna do it.
The hell we are.
them. Let me take her.
Tess, we don't have time for that.
Cut along the way.
Joel. Don't fuck this up. Please.
He's like, suspicious and strange. He doesn't know what to think.
What's Sadie's? What are you doing?
Killing time.
What am I supposed to do?
I'm sure you'll figure that out.
Oh, the radio came on when you were sleeping.
What? What was the song?
They kept saying like wake me up before you go.
Shit.
Gotcha.
She figured out the code.
Code broken.
Listen. What the hell?
Hey, don't move! Don't move!
Oh, it's his guy. It's his guy.
You gotta be shitting me. Okay, let's talk this out. Turn around.
Yeah,
Get on your
on.
fucking knees. Get on your fucking knees.
Hold on. Whoa, whoa. We can fix this. Move.
No, he's not. He's not doing it. Not after what happened to his daughter. Yeah, you're dead, man. Yeah.
No, I'm not sick.
Go!
I'm not sick.
Go!
I'm not sick. Look. This is 3 weeks old. Nobody lasts more than a day. Just as look at they old to you.
That's why she's so important.
When did it happen? It doesn't matter. You have to trust me. They're gonna catch us if we don't run.
Oh my god. God. Well, alright. Well, that was episode 1 of The Last of Us on HBO. And so first of all, let me just say, before I get into any of my specific thoughts about what I've seen here, I'm very interested in hearing from any of you who have experience with watching gameplay or actually played the game. So basically, if you know the story. Curious what your thoughts are and how this kind of translates as an adaptation, because there's always two ways of looking at these things. There's viewing it as an adaptation and how it holds up in that regard, and then viewing it as like a creative piece of artistic work in and of itself. You know, separate from whether they change things or not. And I can really only look at it in the second way, because this is all new and not familiar to me. So I'd be curious about people who come into this, especially those with like a deep love of the games, about how you feel watching this, to see like how the adaptation, you know, how faithful it is to the game, but also to see, you know, in areas where it's not faithful, how you feel about the changes and how that's going to compare to the experience of someone who comes into this with no background knowledge at all. So far for me, coming in with no background knowledge other than the things that I assumed based on stuff I'd seen in the trailer and popular culture, I thought the first episode was great. this was like over an hour and 20 minutes long, and it seemed to go incredibly quickly because there was like so much tension throughout the vast majority of the episode, even in moments that were not like action packed. They did a good job of making it feel tense. And I also thought it was very well acted so far. The set designs are fantastic so far. Everything like is creepy looking. So coming into this, like I said, I was under the impression that there was going to be some sort of virus that ended up being an apocalyptic scenario where people turned into, I didn't know exactly what, but it seemed kind of like zombies, but maybe it was something more like a different type of monster, that it was contagious, and that it basically is going to spread throughout all of humanity. And that somewhere in there, the main character, Joel, winds up with this girl, Ellie, and he has to try to go across the country with her. So coming into even the trailer, that was my kind of base assumptions and knowledge. After seeing the trailer, it extended a little bit because they basically gave away that Ellie was really important and had to be taken somewhere across the country. So presumably, this is still a guess on my part, they didn't actually reveal this, but presumably there's an idea that maybe they could use her immunity in order to maybe do something to stop this, perhaps. And so, but it made it seem like the big reveal of this episode was the immunity, but at the same time, I feel like the trailer kind of gave that part away. So I came into that with that knowledge. And that was pretty much it. But you start to make assumptions. So once we saw him with his daughter, you know, I assumed that she wasn't going to make it. Because there was no like discussion of her being with him and Ellie when they're on their travels, and whoever else ends up being a part of it, you know. But yeah, I really thought she was going to get infected in some way, especially because they kept showing her with the dog, and they kept showing her with the older with the neighbors, and yeah. And they even had her nervous because she had gone into the city for the watch. So I really thought that she was going to end up infected in some way, and that was going to be like the big thing that started him off and influenced him. So I was really surprised with the way she died. Secondarily, I had thought when they first got in the accident after you saw the plane crash, that maybe she was just going to die from that. But, you know, once she was out of there, you know, I definitely did not see it coming that the military would be ordered to kill anyone, any civilians in that scenario. Though I suppose it makes sense in the light that they were basically just trying to cordon off the entire area, prevent anyone from leaving, to see if they could make some sort of quarantine zone. And I guess presumably they were going to just kill all the people within it if that's what they felt they had to do in order to stop the spread, which clearly they failed at doing. And I also, when I originally saw the trailer, I knew, because of things that they showed, I knew that this had to be, like, the show, the main part of the show had to be at least a little while after this whole apocalyptic scenario occurred. Because they showed, like, cities completely in ruins and overgrown with plant life, and you know, so it clearly had, but nonetheless, I kind of forgot about that until they did the 20-year jump, and then, you know, then that clicked, as well as the issue with the age. Okay, so that's what I came into with in my head after both just knowing things about the game and then the trailer. And I was surprised by certain things. So first of all, the start of it, the very start of the episode, I thought they did a fantastic job of setting this kind of terrifying tone for what was coming and laying the groundwork for it by the talk of the fungus and the fungal parasitic sort of colonization of hosts. And I'm still curious about the idea if there's like some sort of hive mind that is operating it. because, you know, fungus, that's partially our understanding. Yeah, so they set that up, and then they drop the bomb of, oh, well, it can't currently happen in humans, but perhaps if the planet was warmer, then, so I don't know the realisticness or how realistic that actually is. I'm sure a lot of discussions were had about this when the game actually came out and people were thinking about it, because this wasn't that long ago that the game actually came out, so it's still, climate change was still an issue that was being readily discussed. So, but it definitely made it spookier going into it and left you feeling like, oh, okay, this is something that seems like, while it seems like wildly implausible on the one hand, on the other hand, it seems like, well, I mean, actually, it seems like a more plausible scenario than the zombie apocalypse sort of movies typically are, where everyone's bodies are resurrected and they bite each other. It seems, you know, more plausible than that in some way, so that makes it a little bit scarier and also unique. It makes it different than the you know, all of these other stories that already are out there. So that was a good start to it. They did a good job of building up everything with his daughter and his brother to the point that, you know, this is only one episode, but I felt it. You felt it when his daughter died, and like you're worried about his brother at this point, even though you only knew Tommy for like a short amount of time. Yeah. Man, so when I saw that he still was wearing the watch, even though it was broken again, and it kind of clicked to me that it was broken when she got shot when he was holding her, and he's just worn it every day since that, after she had repaired it for him. So that was kind of a big ouch. That was a heartbreaking moment, because when she was originally having it repaired for his birthday, I had said, oh, she's taking his money to do it, and it's a present in that way because she knows that he'll never do it for himself, but that he would want it done. And I was thinking that maybe the watch already held sentimental value, and that was the reason that he was still holding on to it, even though it was broken and he wasn't going to get it fixed. But now I see that it's not just a sentimental value, but a traumatic sentimental value that came afterwards because of the fact that his daughter did that for him. And that was kind of their last moment between them before everything went to complete hell. So that was pretty heartbreaking. I'm curious about the wider story that's going to be told, because, you know, a lot of the times when you have these sorts of post-apocalyptic scenarios, The Road is another example of this, and you have people that are traveling throughout, like, the aftermath of what is left of humanity and society. They'll run into a variety of different groups, and there are some things that they see will be pretty horrific. And I'm expecting that we're going to get that sort of situation here as well. They kind of teased it with the discussion of there's worse things out there than just the infected. And it also seems like what you've got here, at least in the remnants of the United States, is the military no longer under like a actual government control, but basically running itself as like a corporate group, has established like little infection safe zones within some of these big cities areas that they have completely like quarantined off, and they guard and don't let anybody in or out. And if you go in or out, you get publicly executed. And they rule those areas like a dictatorship, which is why there is revolution, people trying to fight back and stand up against it. And they have factories and stuff, so they still have some the old like technology running, and they do that like specifically so that they can continue to make bullets to like maintain their power, and they can also make drugs for various purposes. And they have set up military schools, so they have a direct pipeline to train people from childhood to join in them. So yeah, they're a military dictatorship all the way, but must be like dispersed into these different cities throughout the country is my assumption about that. So, and then in between all of that, in the infected biologically hazardous zones, presumably that's where you'll find like other groups of people doing various things. He talked about things like slavery, and so I'm assuming we're going to see some pretty messed up stuff throughout the course of this show. The Ellie thing, you know, I briefly talked about how I already had an idea of exactly what was going to be going on with her, though I still don't know like a ton about her character. It's interesting she's an orphan, that this Marlene knew her and made the choice to drop her off and thought she would be better off in that orphanage / military school. I'm curious as to who her parents were. Were they involved with the resistance and yet she sent their kid there? Marlene also obviously has some sort of relationship with Tommy. It sounds like he was in the resistance as well. I don't know if that's the extent of it, but that's why Marlene and Joel knew each other but didn't seem to like each other too well. I'm also very curious about Joel and his partner, and for the life of me, I cannot remember her name right now. I'm gonna have to look it up after this. Who exactly they are, what exactly they do. You see him going around and just taking odd jobs from this military group in order to get money, or what now is money in this new society. But he's a smuggler, he's selling drugs. But I'm curious about what else he has done, mostly, because, you know, the people that are involved with the revolution know him. He can relate to them. They speak about things he has done and things he is capable of, and him and his partners. So I'm curious about what exactly went on in the 20 years between when the infection began and his daughter died and when we're at this point. And, you know, what did they do and who they are. So I assume these are all things that we're going to like piece together throughout the course of the series. But it, like I said, it was really exciting, interesting all the way through. A lot of the shots that they did, like when they were driving around in the truck trying to get out of the city while it was in the process of being quarantined during the initial infection period, and they were just showing us like looking out the window, the windshield, and seeing everything, or looking out the back windshield and seeing everything while the truck was moving. So it kind of put you in the position where you were thinking, like, if I was actually playing the game, this would be me driving the truck and trying to get out and trying to navigate. So that's kind of what I was thinking with a lot of the shots, is they were maybe perhaps taking inspiration from the game itself. So I was curious, for those of you that played, did those look like direct like moments from the game that you played, if you guys remember? So yeah, let me know about that, because I was thinking this looks like a sort of video game in action here. So I'd be curious if they did that. But yeah, so far I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing what else is going to happen in the series. I know so many people love this, so I'm excited to finally be in on what it is, what the excitement is all about. And yeah. So let me know any other thoughts you have or questions in the comments. Like I said before, please do like, subscribe, check out my Patreon if you want the full-length reaction, as well as many other things. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.